Welcome to AI World TV, your go-to destination for everything artificial intelligence. Discover the captivating landscape of AI, where advanced technology finds real-life application. Subscribe to AI World TV for webzine articles, reports, podcasts, videos, live events, and latest trends. Hear from top industry leaders and discover how AI is transforming industries and our daily lives.
Welcome to today's deep dive. I'm just so glad you're here with us.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. We have a really fascinating one today.
We absolutely do. It's a highly technical, but honestly incredibly relevant topic. It is Tuesday, March 10th, 2026, and we are unpacking a comprehensive new release that literally just hit the wires.
Fresh off the press.
Exactly. It's titled AI and Cybersecurity, an Extended Report 2026.
Right.
Authored by Sydney Armani and published in the AI World Journal.
And I have to say, the scale of the research presented here is just massive.
Yeah.
Armani has synthesized data across enterprise architectures, threat intelligence feeds, and global policy frameworks.
That's a lot to take in.
It is.
Yeah.
But it captures a very specific pivot point in network defense.
Right. Which brings us to our mission for you today. We want to basically cut through all the vendor hype.
Oh, there's so much marketing hype right now.
So many buzzwords. We want to cut through that to help you understand the actual mechanics of this new digital battlefield.
Yeah, that's the goal.
We are looking at this definitive transition away from legacy cybersecurity frameworks into an era of what the journal explicitly calls AI versus AI warfare.
Which sounds intense.
It does. Okay, let's unpack this. Because while that phrase, sounds hyperbolic or like a sci-fi movie,
right.
This machine speed conflict is actively playing out right now across the infrastructure we rely on every single day.
Yeah, and to really understand the gravity of this architectural shift, we first have to look at the expanding attack surface.
Setting the stage.
Exactly. The report models global cybercrime damages on a trajectory to reach trillions of dollars annually over the next few years.
Trillions, with a T.
Trillions. And part of the reason is that as enterprise environments migrate entirely to hybrid and multi-cloud architectures,
the perimeter is gone.
Exactly. The old concept of a secure perimeter has basically evaporated.
Right.
We're dealing with decentralized workforces, millions of connected IoT devices, sprawling API ecosystems.
So many ways in.
There are exponentially more access points for threat actors to exploit now than at any other point in the history of computing.
And the reality is that traditional, perimeter-based defense mechanisms are fundamentally obsolete against modern threats.
They just can't keep up.
Right. Relying on predefined static rules, legacy firewalls, and signature-based antivirus software.
It's a losing battle.
Completely. Think about the old way. It required human analysts to identify a specific threat, isolate its signature.
Like a file hash.
Yeah, exactly, like a file hash. And then they'd have to update the global database so the firewall knew to block it the next time.
Which is incredibly slow.
It's like having guards at a door checking IDs against a known list of bad guys.
Right.
But modern cyber attacks execute in milliseconds. A static defense posture just cannot process the sheer volume and velocity of automated zero-day exploits.
Which is why the necessary upgrade here is the integration of advanced machine learning models.
The AI upgrade.
Yeah. This shifts the defensive posture of an organization from being purely reactive to highly predictive.
Okay, break that down for us.
Sure. Instead of searching for known malicious file hashes, AI systems ingest massive telemetry data to establish a dynamic baseline.
A baseline of what's normal.
Exactly. Normal network behavior. We're talking about ingesting application logs, user behavior analytics, endpoint activity, and raw network traffic simultaneously.
All at once.
All at once. And through continuous anomaly detection, the AI monitors for deviations from that baseline.
Okay, so give me an example of what that looks like in practice.
So imagine a service account that normally only accesses a local database.
Okay.
If it suddenly attempts to export gigabytes of data to an external IP address at 2 in the morning,
major red flag.
The AI flags that behavioral anomaly instantly, regardless of whether a known malware signature is present or not.
That makes total sense. And the report actually zones in on how crucial this behavioral analysis is for mitigating polymorphic malware.
Yes.
Which is such a cool term.
It really is.
For a long time, attackers have used scripts that continuously mutate their code signatures to evade hash-based detection.
Right. They keep changing.
It's like a burglar who changes their face and their fingerprints every single time they break into a building.
That's a great way to put it.
If the file hash changes every time the malware compiles, traditional antivirus is blind to it. It doesn't recognize the new fingerprints.
But machine learning models don't care about the fingerprints. They don't care about the file hash.
Right.
They are trained on behavioral heuristics.
Pattern recognition.
Exactly. The AI analyzes the execution path. It watches the software attempt to inject malicious code into a critical system process.
Or if it starts rapidly encrypting files.
Or establishing command and control communications. By recognizing the malicious behavior itself, the AI terminates the mutated threat before the payload even fully executes.
Incredible. And the computational scale required for this kind of pattern recognition is just immense.
It's beyond human comprehension, honestly.
The Armani report highlights platforms like CrowdStrike and Darktrace. They are autonomously analyzing billions of distinct security events daily.
Billions.
And Microsoft alone. Microsoft's enterprise telemetry is processing trillions of daily security signals across its global ecosystem.
Trillions every day.
That volume of data ingestion and real-time analysis is just completely beyond human cognitive capacity.
It is, which actually solves one of the most persistent bottlenecks in security operations centers.
Alert fatigue?
Yes, alert fatigue. Before the widespread deployment of AI, Tier 1 SOC analysts were just drowning.
In a flood of false positives.
A relentless flood of low-priority alerts. It becomes this boy who cried wolf scenario.
Where you just start ignoring the alarms.
Exactly, and critical threats are missed simply because they are buried under thousands of meaningless notifications.
So how is AI fixing that specifically?
The industry is utilizing AI-driven SOR systems. That stands for Security Orchestration, Automation, and Response. A modern OSAR platform ingests an alert, automatically pulls in relevant threat intelligence, and even detonates suspicious files in a secure sandbox.
Wow, it does all that on its own.
Yes, and it can even execute automated playbooks to contain the threat, like instantly isolating a compromised endpoint from the rest of the network.
So it does the triage for you.
It completely automates the tedious triage process, reserving the actual human analysts for highly complex forensic investigations.
That level of automation provides incredible defensive resilience.
It does.
Always a but.
Here's where it gets really interesting.
Sure.
Because if the defenders have these amazing tools, so do the bad guys.
Absolutely.
Threat actors are totally unconstrained by compliance or budgetary approvals when they adopt these same AI tools.
They don't have red tape.
Exactly. And the report dedicates a significant amount of analysis to the offensive weaponization of AI.
The dark side of it.
We are seeing attackers deploy generative AI language models to industrialize social engineering.
It used to be relatively easy to spot a spear phishing attempt, right? You would look for awkward phrasing or mismatched domains, bad grammar.
The telltale signs.
But now, attackers are leveraging LLMs to scrape a target's LinkedIn profile, cross-reference their recent corporate press releases, and draft hyper-personalized, contextually flawless phishing emails.
It's terrifying.
They can perfectly mimic the specific tone and communication style of a company's CFO, making the deceptive payload nearly indistinguishable from legitimate internal correspondence.
And the sophistication of that deception extends directly into synthetic media.
Deepfakes.
Deepfake attacks are no longer theoretical. The journal cites verified business email compromise cases, or BECs, where AI-generated audio and video were utilized to bypass human verification protocols.
Bypassing the humans entirely.
Threat actors require only seconds of source audio, which is often just scraped from a public podcast or an earnings call.
Or a YouTube video.
Exactly. And they synthesize a flawless voice clone. There have been successful operations where attackers use deepfake audio to impersonate a CEO during a live phone call.
Live call.
Yes, convincing a finance employee to bypass standard authorization controls and execute massive, fraudulent wire transfers to offshore accounts.
The idea of voice biometrics being completely compromised by machine learning is staggering to me.
It really shifts the paradigm of trust.
And the tooling used for the actual network intrusion is evolving at the exact same pace.
Yeah. What's fascinating here is the deployment of what researchers classify as adaptive malware.
Adaptive malware.
This isn't just code that randomly mutates its signature like we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Adaptive malware utilizes reinforcement learning to dynamically alter its attack vectors based on environmental feedback.
So it actually learns from its own failures.
Exactly. If it encounters a specific firewall configuration, or if an initial privilege escalation attempt is blocked, the AI-driven payload learns from that failure.
And it pivots.
It rewrites its operational parameters, it adjusts its timing to avoid setting off rate limit triggers.
Sneaking past the alarms.
And it continuously probes the network for secondary vulnerabilities. It acts as an automated, relentless penetration tester, actively working to dismantle the network's defenses.
For you, the listener, the immediate application of this AI versus AI warfare is likely happening right in your pocket right now.
Oh, absolutely.
Think about banking. The financial sector is deploying massive machine learning models for real-time fraud detection.
Every single day.
Every time you swipe a credit card or initiate a digital transfer, an AI is running complex velocity checks. It's doing geospatial anomaly detection and spending pattern analysis in milliseconds.
Checking to make sure it's really you.
Right. If a transaction originates from an IP address in a different country, mere minutes after you purchased a coffee local,
Which is physically impossible.
the AI model autonomously blocks the transaction to protect you from identity theft. So the conflict between adaptive financial malware and predictive banking defense systems is happening silently in the background of almost every digital purchase you make.
It's the unseen war. And the report actually scales this conflict up to the macro level, focusing extensively on the geopolitical landscape.
Nation-state cyber warfare.
Yes.
Yes.
Artificial intelligence has become a primary strategic asset. According to the data aggregated in the AI World Journal, intelligence agencies and state-backed advanced persistent threat groups.
And the report specifically names the United States, China, and Russia.
You are listening to the AI World Podcast, your trusted source for the latest innovations, insights, and trends in artificial intelligence, blockchain, fintech, and decentralized technologies. Each episode features expert interviews, engaging discussions, and in-depth analysis of how AI transforms industries worldwide. Stay ahead of the curve with the latest articles and exclusive reports from the AI World Journal, covering everything from emerging technologies to industry breakthroughs. For more news, global events, and access to AI World Society circle gatherings, visit us at aiworld.tv. Don't forget to subscribe to stay informed, stay connected, and be part of the AI revolution with AI World Lounge. Thank you for listening.
Yes, strictly reporting the data here, those nations are heavily investing in AI capabilities.
So just reporting what the journal states.
Right. And these operations range from continuous cyber espionage and intellectual property theft to prepositioning automated malware within the critical infrastructure of rival nations.
Things like power grids and SCADA systems.
Exactly, as well as launching automated disinformation campaigns.
The most alarming element of this nation-state escalation detailed in the report, for me at least, is the raw speed of execution.
The machine speed aspect.
We are talking about machine speed warfare. When offensive cyber operations are fully automated, the time between initial reconnaissance, exploitation, and payload delivery shrinks to seconds.
It happens before a human can even blink.
Which drastically reduces the window for human decision-making, and that significantly increases the risk of rapid, unintended escalation.
Because a machine doesn't understand political nuance.
Exactly. A slightly misconfigured automated response to what is just a routine probe could trigger a cascading cyber conflict before military or political leaders even receive a briefing.
And that reliance on these automated systems introduces severe vulnerabilities.
So what does this all mean? Is AI just flawless?
Not at all. The report outlines 4 critical challenges currently plaguing AI-driven security architectures.
Okay, let's break those down. Challenge 1.
The foundational issue is data quality. Machine learning models are heavily reliant on the integrity of their training data sets to define what constitutes normal behavior.
Bad data leads to bad detection.
Exactly. Threat actors are actively engaging in data poisoning. They subtly inject malicious data into the training pipeline over long periods of time.
Just slowly corrupting what the AI thinks is normal.
Yes. The result is model drift, where the AI is slowly manipulated into classifying malicious lateral movement as normal administrative behavior.
Wow. So if the training data is corrupted, the predictive defense is compromised from day one.
Day one.
And that leads directly into the second major vulnerability, adversarial machine learning.
Yes.
This is where attackers reverse engineer the defender's AI model to intentionally deceive it. They aren't exploiting a vulnerability in a firewall.
They're exploiting the mathematical logic of the AI itself.
Right. By appending specific, imperceptible strings of benign code to a malicious payload, or slightly altering the byte structure of a file, they can artificially manipulate the AI's confidence score,
Causing the neural network to classify a known ransomware variant as a harmless text document.
Which is terrifying, and that exacerbates the third challenge.
Which is managing false positives at an enterprise scale.
Right.
If an AI model is overtuned for sensitivity to counteract adversarial evasion, it will start flagging legitimate business operations as threats.
And in an automated SR environment, like we talked about earlier,
An oversensitive AI might autonomously quarantine critical production servers or log out entire departments from the network.
causing massive self-inflicted operational downtime.
The automation that was meant to cure alert fatigue instead becomes a vector for denial of service.
Navigating that exact scenario brings us to the fourth and perhaps most complex systemic issue from the report.
Yes, this raises an important question regarding model transparency.
The black box problem.
Widely known as the black box problem, many deep learning algorithms utilized in cybersecurity operate with near-zero explainability.
Meaning we don't know how they came up with the answer.
Right. The AI ingests the telemetry, processes it through complex neural layers, and outputs a decision, like instantly severing an enterprise's connection to a cloud provider due to a perceived threat.
But the Security Operations Center is left staring at a dashboard with absolutely no actionable insight into the decision matrix.
They have no idea why it did that.
If an AI shuts down a multi-million-dollar payment gateway, the engineering team needs to know exactly which telemetry triggered that action.
They need to be able to explain it.
Especially in heavily regulated industries like finance or healthcare. A lack of explainability is a massive compliance nightmare.
You can't just say the computer did it.
You cannot pass a GDPR or SEC audit if your primary security mechanism is a black box that cannot explain its own mathematical rationale for accessing or isolating sensitive data.
You really can't. Yet, despite these inherent architectural challenges, the corporate arms race to develop superior AI defense systems is accelerating rapidly.
Oh yeah, the big players are all in.
Armani's report breaks down the established giants shaping the infrastructure. Palo Alto Networks is heavily featured for their Cortex XDR platform,
Right.
which utilizes machine learning to correlate vast amounts of telemetry across networks, endpoints, and cloud environments simultaneously.
And Sentinel is in there too.
Sentinel is highlighted for its agentless behavioral AI. It focuses heavily on securing the massive sprawl of unmanaged IoT devices without relying on traditional antivirus agents.
And IBM is bringing Watson into the mix.
Yes, IBM is deeply integrating its Watson AI framework to synthesize global threat intelligence, providing human incident responders with enriched actionable context during complex breaches.
So those are the foundational pillars of the industry, the heavy hitters. But I always love discovering new things, and the report highlights some really cool emerging innovators that are attacking the problem from entirely new angles.
Some really creative solutions.
Ridge Security is a prime example. They have developed an AI-driven platform called RidgeBot, which is engineered for continuous automated penetration testing.
Automated pen testing.
Yes. Instead of hiring a red team to manually scan a network for vulnerabilities once a year, RidgeBot operates 24/7.
It never sleeps.
It doesn't just scan for open ports or missing patches. It actually utilizes AI to actively attempt to exploit those vulnerabilities.
It's attacking you to help you.
Exactly. Chaining together complex attack paths to prove exactly how a threat actor could pivot through the network. This allows security teams to patch the critical structural flaws before they are weaponized by the bad guys.
That is proactive defense at its finest. Another crucial innovator highlighted is prompt security. They focus entirely on the unique vulnerabilities introduced by generative AI itself.
Protecting the AI from the AI.
Precisely. As enterprises rush to integrate massive LLMs and internal AI co-pilots into their workflows, they inadvertently create entirely new attack surfaces.
Sure.
Prompt security specializes in defending against prompt injection attacks. That's where an external user manipulates the AI's input stream to force the model to ignore its safety constraints.
Which could lead to data leaks.
It can potentially lead to the unauthorized exfiltration of sensitive proprietary corporate data right through the chatbot interface. So they're essentially deploying specialized AI security to defend the core AI architectures.
Looking toward the next decade, the AI World Journal report outlines a definitive shift toward fully autonomous security operations centers.
The future is autonomous.
The goal is an environment where predictive AI agents manage threat hunting, triage, and incident response with near-zero human intervention.
Humans are just too slow.
But the absolute pinnacle of this projected roadmap is the development of self-healing networks.
Yes, The concept of a self-healing network marries artificial intelligence with infrastructure as code.
How does that work in practice?
In this paradigm, when the AI detects an advanced intrusion, it doesn't just isolate the compromised endpoint and send an alert to a human.
It takes action.
The system autonomously analyzes the vulnerability that allowed the breach, dynamically rewrites its own routing tables, updates its firewall configurations, and deploys real-time micro-patches across the entire network architecture.
That is mind-blowing.
The digital infrastructure actively repairs its own structural flaws on the fly, entirely bypassing the human engineering pipeline.
But handing over root access and structural autonomy to machine learning models is a massive paradigm shift.
It requires an incredible amount of trust.
And it requires a level of oversight and governance that the tech industry is, frankly, notoriously slow to adopt.
Which is why the policy and regulatory response is actively scrambling right now to build frameworks around these capabilities.
Catching up to the tech.
Organizations like the National Institute of Standards and Technology, or NIST, are rushing to push comprehensive AI risk management frameworks to guide the responsible deployment of autonomous security systems.
And internationally.
More importantly, the report stresses that managing machine-speed cyber warfare requires robust international cooperation. Without shared regulatory protocols and established norms regarding automated offensive cyber capabilities,
we risk global instability.
The risk of rapid, unintended escalation presents a severe threat to global digital and economic stability.
Synthesizing this deep dive into the AI World Journal report, the core takeaway for you is that the era of human-centric cybersecurity operations is decisively over.
The rules have changed.
The landscape has transitioned into a perpetual, highly automated technological arms race of AI versus AI. These predictive, behavioral, and increasingly autonomous systems have officially become the foundational backbone of global digital security. They are operating at speeds and scales far beyond human capability.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, the widespread weaponization of generative AI means the fundamental nature of digital trust has been compromised.
You really can't trust what you see or hear anymore.
When phishing emails are perfectly context-aware, when deepfakes can seamlessly bypass voice biometrics, and when malware autonomously adapts to defensive measures, technology alone cannot ensure security.
So what's the solution for the listener?
A zero-trust mindset. Continuous situational awareness and rigorous critical thinking remain your absolute best personal defenses in an ecosystem defined by automated deception.
That is the ultimate reality check for anyone navigating the modern web. And it leaves me with one final provocative thought for you to explore on your own.
What's that?
We highlighted the incredible impending reality of fully autonomous self-healing networks, systems designed to react, adapt, and rewrite their own security architectures millions of times faster than human thought.
Right.
If we are engineering digital immune systems that are entirely self-governing, optimizing for absolute security, where does the human administrator fit into the loop?
That is the big question.
Are we approaching an inflection point where our own security systems determine that human intervention, with all of our inherent unpredictability and propensity for error, is the single greatest vulnerability of all?
The human is the weak link.
Could an autonomous security agent executing its core directive to protect the network simply lock us out of our own digital infrastructure? Given the current velocity of this arms race, it is a question we will likely have to confront sooner rather than later.
Something to really think about.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. Stay curious, maintain that zero-trust mindset, and keep questioning the digital systems operating around you. We will catch you on the next deep dive.
The future of artificial intelligence is unfolding, and it's happening at AI World Week, the flagship global event for innovation, collaboration, and transformation. This flagship global AI event is designed to connect visionary leaders, trailblazing entrepreneurs, and influential thinkers to explore the endless possibilities of AI. Experience groundbreaking technology that redefines industries and inspires progress. Join thought-provoking discussions on ethical AI, digital equity, and the transformative role of technology in our world. Build meaningful connections that catalyze innovation and drive impact. AI World Week is powered by AI World Society, a global movement dedicated to advancing AI responsibly and ensuring it serves humanity. Together, we're shaping a smarter, more inclusive, and equitable future. Continue your journey beyond the event with the AI World Journal, offering expert insights, in-depth analysis, and the latest trends shaping the AI landscape. This is your opportunity to lead, to innovate, and to transform the world with AI. AI World Week. We invite you to join us and embrace the AI revolution.